Greetings, rise and shine, brethren. We are the World Global Reset Restoration Network family, comprised of 198 sovereign nations with over 7 billion sovereign principles, being of one mind, one heart, and one spirit, walking together under the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I come to you as a voice in the wilderness to introduce to you a man. No, not just any man, but a man sent by Yah Allah to redeem mankind. Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson, the Adak Chief Justice of the Universal World Court, and who's also known as Yehoshua Mashiach, the Son of Man. The information that you will be receiving in this and other videos you won't get from anywhere else on the planet. Hear the many truths and fulfillment of the laws, judgments, and sentencings from our Creator, Father Yah, as well as the fulfillment of the true interpretation of the Holy Scriptures and books. Now, without further ado, Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson with his beloved host, Shelley Bowling.
This DNA and RNA that I'm talking about, and I know everybody's been hearing Dr. Henderson over a period of time just talking DNA, and I was wondering if everybody understood that Dr. Henderson was talking about more than just DNA, but he's also talking RNA. DNA. I asked my sister, I don't want to really put her on a spot right now, but I asked her, what does DNA stand for? I asked her, what did RNA stand for? The average person I run into, my dear sister Shelley, they can't tell me what DNA stands for. They cannot tell me what RNA stands for. They can tell me that they know DNA has something to do with the blood, but the majority of them can't tell me that RNA has anything to do with the blood. I asked them about something that's called ACGT. They can't tell me what that means, where it comes from. They can't tell me what it means. They have no clue. Stay with me, everybody. I'll get you there in a few minutes. I know. You want to know before we leave here, and you will. I asked them about something that's called AUGC. And they can't tell me anything about it. Believe it or not, I got some people that actually, they do blood testing. They do blood testing. They are called DNA specialists. And they cannot tell me what AUGC or ACGT means. They have no clue. But this is supposed to be their specialty. Dr. Henderson just only researches everything that he can find. He just only researches everything that there is on this planet. Because his father don't allow him to do otherwise. No, he don't have that kind of time to burn. It's just that the father has sent him here for this particular time to do just that. deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. ACGT is known as the DNA of life. That's what this ACGT is known as. It's known as the DNA of life. But it's only part of it, because without RNA, it won't exist. Because RNA is known as ribonucleic acid. Now here's what, and the way it takes place. See, they break down this DNA in 4 different bases. They break it down. You would have to do your research, because I will be here all night to try to explain it all to you. ACGT. They mean something. They mean something. DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA. Let me tell you what the scientists will tell you about the DNA, so you understand why RNA is more important, if not, has to also be tested right along with the DNA. They will tell you that DNA is more important for those of the extraterrestrial world than it is for the terrestrial world. The extraterrestrial world will be those of a demonic, or should I say, from a foreign planet off. They will be aliens to you. It will be more important to them. So depending on how much of this DNA you're concerned about, or that they have, it could actually put you in a position to have to worry about something that is called extraterrestrial things. That's what DNA can do for you. It's much more possible for extraterrestrial life to exist in DNA rather than an RNA. Let me tell you why. Because RNA, what the scientists have stopped telling everyone, is that they have found that the main genetic material in primitive life forms, that's primal life forms, come from something that is known as RNA. I'm only educating you for one reason right here now. So those of you that's afraid to give your DNA, realize that your RNA will be in that, and it's needed more so than the DNA. That's when I told you, don't worry about your DNA. Let me repeat that. The main genetic material in a primitive life form, a primal life form, is RNA, not DNA. In DNA, it is more likely that in DNA, that it will be more of an extraterrestrial life to exist. This extraterrestrial life, it needs DNA just to exist, just to maintain itself, or just to live. But in the primal, the primitive, that's mankind. RNA is just enough for it. This is why your world, or your government right now, has got everybody worried about DNA, because they realize that the DNA is more of an extraterrestrial life than it is of the primitive life form. They already know that. So if they get you focused on the DNA, you'll forget about the RNA. And when it's time to find out if you're a man or not, you'll be so accustomed to hearing DNA and dealing with DNA That's all they will read to you, and all that tells you is that you could be an existence of a extraterrestrial life form. But it would have not told you anything about the primal, about the primitive life form. The one in which you was created to be to begin with. This is what bothers Dr. Henderson. Meantime, back at the forum, when I'm giving everybody the truth, and everybody starts going out and researching it and finding out what I'm saying to be truth, then they get more angrier. That's when they start putting you out your houses. That's when they start finding ways to put you under stress that you will find other things to worry about other than getting the truth out. And I keep telling y'all, the ones that keep calling Dr. Henderson on the phone, I love you. But you got to understand, once you call my number, you become a major target. Don't stop calling now. I love you. Keep calling me. I love you. I'm telling you. Beloved, y'all keep calling. Keep texting. But don't worry about it, because you're okay. You're okay. We got you. I got you covered. Trust me. But they know that if you talk to Dr. Henderson, you're going to start doing some major research. You're going to do some major study. You're going to find some stuff that they really don't want you to know about. And once you do that, they know that they will no longer have you hooked to this unbelief, this lie that they've been selling to you for the past 800 years. They know that you're going to come out and say, hey, it's been 799 years for me. I didn't get that last year, so I'm going to make sure I get it this year. My 800 years just started. Wow. But I'm going to be saved. I'm going to get out of that mess. This year is not going to be taught in your church on Sundays. For all you people out there that love to go to church, you're not going to get this. You're not going to get this on Sunday. They're going to be too busy telling you how you're blessed, highly favored, and they need some more money. No, we got this baptizing pool that we got to put in, and it's too important for me to explain to you how to save your life on this planet. So I need another baptizing pool so I can save you when you get to heaven. God Almighty, did I just say that? Wow. Man, my name's going to be all over town come Sunday. It ain't going to be nothing kind of pretty. I'm going to have all of the Bible packers out, and they're going to be praying a prayer. You got to go now. God Almighty.
You got to speak the truth, brother. You just got to say it.
I can hear this guy. I think I'm going to meet him one day, shall we? This Jesus the Christ. Because I think they're going to erect a cross right next to him, and we're going to have to meet. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm talking about, they don't really want to hear this.
Yeah.
All of them terrestrials out there. They don't want to hear this. In the book, they talk about celestial and celestial. You know, I don't know about the people that I'm talking to on here. I don't know if you're one of those brothers of the brotherhood. Well, let me check my credentials. Yeah, I can speak on this. I'm one of them. They have something on top of the globe. They have two globes that sit on things that they call pillars. On one side, they call it a celestial. On the other side, they call it terrestrial. Now, the one that's on the side that they call the celestial, they tell you that that's you. But the celestial, they tell you that that's the heavenly. Now, what I need you to understand is this one is called celestial. They have given this one that's called celestial another name. The other name that they gave is celestial. The name before that, it was called extraterrestrial. And this one was called terrestrial. Somebody gonna hear me in a minute. They realized that they had to stop using the word terrestrial and putting it on two sides. Well, that's another story too. You can't bring that kind of message to the church either. So they break it down in what they call layman's terms. But at the same time, they step it destroy the people. They don't want the people to know the truth, to get the truth of the genetic codes, of the DNA and RNA. They don't want the people to learn anything about an RH negative. They don't want the people to really know anything about the negative. I say all we need to know about the negative is that we need to stay away from it. That's why I be telling the people that I know now, get away from the negativity, get away from the negative thoughts, get away from the negative people, get away from the negative ground, get away from the negative men and the women. And you tell them, until you can positive yourself up, we can't deal with it. I've already told you, these comments is coming down out of the sky. They're looking for a negative force. They need something to slam into. Did you hear me, Shelley?
Yeah, I saw one coming home tonight.
They need something to slam into. They need a negative impact to hit, whether it be individual or car. They're looking for something that they can slam into, and it's got to be negative energy. And trust me, people, when you think negative, when you act negative, you become a negative force, an impact force for something positive. Most of the time, you're lucky because you run into that positive spouse, and you run head on with them, and that you don't get damaged. Or you run into that positive daughter or son that's saying, Mom, Dad, why are y'all so negative? And you run into, boom, bump heads with them, and still you're saved. You get protected. This DNA, RNA, Dr. Henderson is needing from everybody around the planet. He's asking for it. I need to know if you're of the true blood of the one that sent. I need to know if you're of the covenant of salt. I need to know if you're of the true promise. I need to know if you're of the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I need to know if you're out of the house of David. I need to know if you're out of the house of Judah. I need to know if you're an Issacharite, a Jewabite, or a Hittite. I need to know if you're a Benjamite or an Issacharite. I need to know if you're one of the members of one of the 12 tribes. I need to know this. You have 1,000,001 chances to be of any of those. And I do believe that those that are listening to me tonight, you're of that family. You know why? Because you're tired of the negativity. You're tired of the so-called positive forces, but they're bringing on negative energy. This planet Earth is about to go through some major, if we might call it, major disaster. They're not going to change because you want to change or just because you're not hearing what you want to hear. My father is serious about what he's doing. He don't have time for people who are going to be sometimers. One minute you're there, the next minute you're not because our finance system is not working the way you want it to. You need to understand that my father cares nothing about no monetary system. If you read the book, you will hear him saying, silver and gold, I have none, but such as I have, I give to thee. It's not that he's saying you don't have all the riches, it's that he's saying that is not what's important. What he's saying to you is what is important is life itself. Remember, life is in the blood. That's what matters to my father. Is in the blood. So with me saying it's in the blood, I'm talking about DNA, RNA. And as I began last night with me and a few, we sat down and we began to do a study on RNA, DNA, and we began to look into all different types of the method in which we're going to be using to test the people. You need to understand that there are certain things that are on the inside of RNA and DNA that most of you may not even be aware of. You have never looked into RNA, DNA. You've never had that kind of study. Plasmid, Plasmid, plasmid is one of the main things things that we were studying last night based upon talking about proteins, selection, GST tags, and all of these different things. In other words, your blood DNA, RNA, is going to tell the whole world exactly who you are, where you came from, and what you're doing. It will tell you exactly what they're doing to you. Believe it or not, RNA right now, isolation, they're trying to use an isolation solution for DNA and RNA. In other words, they're trying to change your blood type to be of one type of blood type. If they can do that, then they believe that they would have either transformed you, just like a Frankenstein, and they would have changed your blood, thereby making you be a daughter or a son of the one who they know to be Satan himself. That's what they're trying to do to you. They said a plasmid is a small DNA molecule within a cell that is physically separated from the chromosome DNA and can replicate itself independently. They are most commonly found in bacteria as small as circular double-stranded DNA molecules. However, they said plasmids are sometimes present in something that is known as a eukaryotic organism, or an archaic organism. In other words, they have found a method of changing everyone's DNA. They're trying to use it on everybody now. It just so happens that the people that are the people of Yah, YHWH, are my father. They have not been able to make their blood change, and that's what they're still trying to find a way to do. Yes, I can assure you that this so-called Francis, whoever y'all refer to him as being, will be coming to a city near you, like Washington, D.C. Everybody says he's coming there to talk about some planet, I guess Neptune or Krypton or whatever. That's his own business. Perhaps maybe he might bring Superman with him. Meantime, back at the forum, I could care less what he's doing. What he's trying to do is he's talking about all of these things that I'm speaking on right now. Trying to change the DNA of the mankind. This DNA RNA, which I explained to you before, many months back now, about RNA being primitive. It tells you if you're mankind. DNA only tells you if you're an extraterrestrial being. If you came from some planet, Krypton, Newton, or wherever else they want to call it to be. This is why they're so important for them to stress to you the fact DNA and RNA. There's many other strands of the blood that we can look into. I don't want to go into that full extent on here because this is not my classroom. However, I have to be honest, my classroom is the universe. But right now, this morning, based upon DNA, RNA, I need everyone to understand that even with the medications that they have been giving you, they have been trying to, if we might say it, they've been trying to change your DNA. They want your DNA to be of DNA only, and they're trying to rid out that which they call RNA. They want to destroy your RNA in you. They don't care anything about your Y chromosomes or your X chromosomes. They don't care anything about that. They don't care anything about you saying you came from female or male. They don't care. So this is what we have to come back to. And the DNA right now is very important to them. They're trying to recreate it in massive quantities that they might be able to give transfusion to the people and change their DNA. For those people that are O negative, A negative, B negative, you have nothing to worry about. Negative does not mean that you are RH negative. RH negative means that you have no RNA. You have no primitive form of life inside of you. They have not given you an RNA test, so thereby they can't tell you if you have it or not. Yes, it is out there. It's available. You can take that test. They're not going to give it to you right now because they're going to try to charge you an arm and leg. Notice I said charge you an arm and leg. They don't care anything about your money anymore. They don't care anything about your finances. What they want is they want your body. Your body is more valuable to them right now than any piece of paper that you could call a note, or that you could call a dollar, and that you could call a yen, or that you could call any of those things. The Lord, they don't care. Right now, what they need is they need nothing more than your DNA, RNA. They want your blood. You might want to call it the night of the vampires, because they're bloodsuckers right now. They need your body. Don't care anything about whatever else you got. That's what they need. They believe, as they have always believed, during their night, what they call the night of the owl. They have been doing this for many years, where they go out and they drink the blood of one of whom they call the one that will bring life to fertility. The Moleks did it. Kadesh, they did it before. They would take the young girl and they would take them to the altar, and there they would sacrifice them. They would cut their hearts out and drink their blood. I'm just giving it to you raw, because this is the place to come for the truth. We don't have time to play games with people by trying to not say those words that may offend somebody when you're speaking the truth. So, Shelly, as we talk about DNA, I wanted you to know that I sent you a lot of information on it. I need you to pay attention to it, because we will be teaching the people. We will tell them what to expect when they do their DNA test and their RNA test. And I want to make sure that I always say to the people RNA, DNA, RNA. Now I want to start by saying RNA rather than saying DNA first, because RNA is what matters. DNA, yes, it has its place in there, because that tells them that you did come from our Father. But RNA says that He made you a man and you became a living being. That is what's important. DNA and RNA, I explained to you, and I'm going to say it again, United Nations. DNA is celestial. RNA is terrestrial. Celestial being the beings of the heavens. Celestial being the beings of the earth. They once upon a time, they came together. Yes. By way of the breath in which my Father, the only and the true celestial beings that created all celestial beings, decided to make Himself a celestial being known as man. Stay with me. I know this is very much elementary, but you won't teach it this way. You have scholars that write books that make it sound so would-be poetic, that they forget to leave the realness, that reality of truth whereby people must recognize and understand. But remember, I'm a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. So just perhaps maybe when I'm talking, it don't exist, right?
Oh.